would like to call upon the Dean of McGAN's Ooty School of Architecture, Professor Ganesh Babu, to please felicitate on behalf of McGAN's Ooty School of Architecture.
On behalf of the college McGAN's Ooty, first I would like to congratulate the 3 winners of their achievement in profession as well as in teaching. And I am one of the student of Mr. Altaf Ahmed, right from 1974 till 79 batch when we passed out. As Mr. Keshulu said, he's a perfectionist to the core. In a sense, any small mistake in the drawing, he doesn't ask us to erase and do it. He'll make a big mark with the marker. So we have to repeat the drawing. And that repetition is kept in the head. It never came out of it. So in that way, I'm sure the other 2 gentlemen also, fellow architects, would have been perfectionists in your own profession, in your fields, what you're doing there. Now, I think I'll slightly go off track from this one. This is regarding on yesterday's newspaper, the article which I had read, where the, not much time will take in this, they have fined the INTAC for, interrupting the work of the metro. Now, after reading the article, I felt, this is my personal opinion, who were these so-called custodians of, like trying to have these heritage things put it on the building. After that thing, they said they're only breaking the rear portion of the building, not the main building itself as such, which is quite old, more than 100 years. And why these things are being done, it's a big question mark. And as very rightly the law has taken its course, and they removed the spoke for the project. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I request the chairman of McGAN's Ooty School of Architecture, Mr. Murli Kumaran, to give a memento to the chief guest. I'm sorry, sir, there was a small mistake. I call upon the director, Professor Solomon D. Vedamuthu, to introduce the guest of honor, Professor Vijay Soni, the president of the Council of Architecture.
Honorable Mr. Justice S. Jagdishan, Chief Guest for the occasion, Professor Vijay Soni, Guest of Honor, dignitaries, special invitees, fellow architects, and students. There is no such thing as a mistake, Rishika. Architects don't make mistakes. Before going ahead with the official task entrusted to me by the people behind the show, I would first like to congratulate the recipients of the Fountainhead Award 2012, Professor Altaf Ahmed, architects Prakash Deshmukh, and K.R. Ganesh. To make a living, one has to get, but to make a life, one has to give. And I feel that all the 3 of them are outstanding examples of the latter category. When an institution or a statutory body awards a person, it is not the awardee who is honored. It is the institution and the body which is honored actually. Now, McGAN is very, very proud that the awards have gone to very deserving people. And I would like to say that we are very honored and privileged that we have been able to participate in this award function. Professor Vijay Soni needs no introduction to the fraternity of architects. He is the head of the apex body constituted by the Government of India and is charged with the responsibility of regulating the education and practice of the profession throughout the country, besides maintaining the Register of Architects. A steadfast professional and a brilliant academician, he is also a daring, dynamic, gracious, gritty, eloquent, inimitable, and inspiring person. Having been the director of Nashik School of Architecture for 17 years, he is currently the director of the Institute of Design, Environment and Architecture in Nashik. Professor Vijay Soni, President of the Council of Architecture.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to request Professor Vijay Soni to address the gathering.
Vanakkam. Dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries off the dais, and friends. I bring you greetings from the fraternity of architects that I represent. And at the outset, I must thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be part of this celebration. I must also thank Solomon, special thanks to Solomon. You all know that he is a very close friend. And that is why the long introduction. I also thank him for not saying the unpalatable things about me, which he knows. Friends, this is probably the last time that I would speak to a group of architects in Tamil Nadu as the president of the Council of Architecture. And to me, this is very important because I wish to share, again, as lots of people have deviated from the topic of the day, I would like to say this, that I'm very happy that finally the Supreme Court of India is likely to pass an order directing the central government to conduct elections to the various posts of the council, which were overdue for last 5 years. And that was taken as a plea by our Honorable Minister for Human Resource Development to try and bring in an amendment to the Architects Act in the Parliament, citing the inability of the council to conduct elections as the reason for bringing in this amendment. And I think the lie has been nailed strongly by the Supreme Court. I'm very happy to announce this, that the Supreme Court has, in the earlier interim order, held that it is the responsibility of the central government to hold these elections, and they have not done their duty. So I just thought that I will, say this, because probably I don't know whether I'll get another public forum where I can say this again, since I'll be laying down my charge of the office of the President of Council maybe in a week's time. Since this function is being held in Chennai, and most of you know what Altaf is and what kind of work he has been doing, I do not want to repeat my own opinion about what he has been doing. We all know that it's a very appreciable effort as a professional as well as an academician. However, I think the other recipient needs a little more introduction, or it needs that I talk about his work in the field of profession as well as education, and especially in the field of regulation. Most of you may not be aware that architect Prakash Deshmukh comes from a very small family in my district of Nasik. And after education, he has been part of a number of movements, including the Jai Prakash movement, where he, if I'm not mistaken, even was behind bars for 6 months. During the emergency. All along, he has, as he's already said in his acceptance speech, tried to do things for the upliftment of the common man. He has a very large practice, employing maybe more than 100 employees in his office. But most of the projects that he does, they address the society at large rather than the client. He did mention the scheme called Magar Patta, which was the first of its kind in Pune, where a group of farmers, instead of selling their land to the builder, came together as a cooperative, set up a business organization and successfully completed a project of, I think, 350 acres of land. And today, if you go there, it's one of the most sought after piece of property in Pune. But the most important thing about that development, that it is one of the first completely sustainable project. We do see a lot of talk about sustainability. We do attend seminars, we see lots of slideshows and things like this. Every college probably conducts seminars on sustainability. But when it comes to translating that in real life, in practice, I have not seen a single example of sustainable practices incorporated into a development of that size. And I think probably if there is an opportunity, we should all look at some of the work that he has produced, maybe if he has got the presentation at a later stage. But he's a very good organizer, apart from being an architect. As we all know that last year, there was a lot of talk about the amendments to the Architects Act. And we wanted to bring in as many architects as possible together and discuss these issues threadbare. And at the council, where Prakash is also a member of the executive committee of the council, we suggested to him that why doesn't he take this up as a challenge and organize a meeting of architects in Pune. But then he said, why only in Pune? Let us try and call everybody from everywhere. And you'll all be surprised that this was the largest ever gathering of architects in India. 3,000 architects attended for 2 full days. And please remember that these were, this conference, there were deliberations on issues related to the amendment of Architects Act, a very dry subject. No place where you only looked at pictures of beautiful buildings and then had your fellowship in the evening, which is where most of the times you find architects. Hardcore discussion on issues. And 3,000 architects attending for the whole 2 days, all the sessions. Not like a big gathering for the inaugural, and then by the time the serious discussions start post-lunch, half of the audience has gone home. Nothing like that. And I think it was largely due to his organizational skills that we were able to pull this off. The third thing about him, which I must also mention here, is that he has tenacity. At the council, we have been moving from crisis to crisis for the last 7 years, largely because we want that the profession should be recognized for what it is. And obviously it means picking up lots of fights with lots of government agencies, the ministry, various departments, local self-governments, municipal corporations, and everywhere, at times, when it becomes too much for you, you want to give up. But I remember that whenever such a time used to come, Prakash would be there and he would say, don't give up. We can't give up. We have to keep on fighting. And it is largely due to this tenacity that the council is what it is today. So I'm really very happy that under Jaisim's leadership, the committee has decided to felicitate Prakash Deshmukh. As it has already been said that the Lifetime Achievement Award, I think the word lifetime should be removed, because once you have that, it gives an impression that, you had your day, vacate the seat for someone else. But that's not so. About Ganesh, I would only say one thing, that the last time I went to RV College, there were a whole lot of teachers. They all wanted to have a cup of tea with me, but I didn't see Ganesh. And I asked Ananta Krishna, I said, where is architect Ganesh? He said, no, he is with the students. And that speaks volumes for the kind of dedication that he has to this field of education. So congratulations to all three, Altaf, Ganesh, and Prakash. Once again, I would like to reiterate that Mr. Murali Kumaran, Soli, Vikram. These are the people that I have to thank for giving me this opportunity to be here with you and share my thoughts. Thank you.